pivoted yesterday. Actually, it wasn't quite a pivot. It was a Michael Jackson moonwalk. He like walked back all expectations of easing this year. And so it's going to be higher for longer. And in terms of my expectations, June's off the table, July's off the table, first possible cut, September, and now we're getting close to the elections. And 2 days after the elections is another Fed meeting. So November 5th is election, November 7th is the following meeting, and then there's a meeting in December. So will there be one cut? Probably. Might there be two? Not so sure, and that's what the markets are telling us now.
Going to a different economy, and we're going to be learning more about that as we go, but clearly we're learning that things can be done from remote locations. We're learning that technology can replace people even more than we thought.
We're not going back to the same economy. We're recovering, but to a different economy, and it'll be one that is more leveraged to technology. And I worry that that is going to make it even more difficult than it was for many workers.
In Silicon Valley, and my friends who work in technology know that what we did to the manufacturing workers, we are now going to do to the retail workers, the call center workers, the fast food workers, the truck drivers, and then even bookkeepers, accountants, insurance agents, lawyers, and on through the economy. So what happened to the manufacturing workers is a very clear sign.
And so we'll import Chinese-based CBDC technology. So it's going to be CBDC in a box provided to you by the People's Bank of China.
But every stock, every bond, every currency, every commodity, every piece of art, every private business, every piece of real estate will eventually be a token on a blockchain, an entry on a ledger, permanent and immutable. We will have truth instead of trust, and we will save over $7 trillion a year. 6 to 8% of global GDP is wasted by the friction of the trust industry that's necessary when you have dual entry accounting. With triple entry accounting, which is what a blockchain is, we get rid of all of that friction. It's a beautiful future.
Like what you see in China and their social credit scoring systems, right? If we get identity wrong, it could be a tool to enslave humanity. And if we get it right, it could be a tool to liberate humanity. And as an American, I'm obviously rooting for the one that's on the side of freedom.
Bitcoin is an international asset. And also, I do believe the role of crypto is, it's digitizing gold.
I actually believe this technology is going to be very important. Look at it. We have been part of a huge revolution in investing through ETFs. We believe that ETFs will be changing the whole way we invest. Many people still use it as a means, people are investing it for indexing. No, the majority of people who are putting money in in ETFs are active investors that are buying exposure. The entire bond market is being transformed as we talk right now. I believe the next generation for markets, the next generation for securities will be tokenization of securities. And if we could have that distributed ledger that we know every beneficial owner, every beneficial seller, we all have our code of who's buying, who's selling, instantaneous settlement. And think about it, it changes the whole ecosystem.
Chinese bank ICBC has been hit by a ransomware attack, and the U.S. Treasury market, as a result of that, has been disrupted. This, according to the Financial Times. We're getting it more right now with Bloomberg's Sonali Basak. Sonali, what do we know?
Listen, we have the Financial Times now reporting that ICBC, one of China's largest banks here, was hit with a ransomware attack. And remember, they're a very significant intermediary in the Treasury market. The SIFMA has told its members that this has been part of the reason here that the system is kind of clogged up, if you will, during that auction that we saw a little bit before. The attack had prevented ICBC, according to the Financial Times, from settling Treasury trades on behalf of other market participants. A large executive at a major bank also telling the paper that such a large party on the fixed income clearing corp creates major concerns, potentially impacting the liquidity of Treasury markets.
Now, it was not just a poor auction. It was absolutely lousy, and when the dealers have to step in to save a treasury auction, that's a rare occurrence. And
very much a traditionalist. I like staying with the dollar. You know that from when I was there. It's make the dollar the choice. I hate when countries go off the dollar. I would not allow countries to go off the dollar, because when we lose that standard, that will be like losing a revolutionary war. That will be a hit to our country, just like losing a war. And we can't let that happen. And too many countries now are fighting to get off the dollar. And
welcome to the Crypto Teacher. And guys, please like and subscribe if you do like what you're listening to. Please inform your friends and family and spread it all over social media. It is imperative that we get back to learning finances and understand how the world really works, because once we understand how the world really works, we understand that it is all planned out. Now, I want to thank those who purchased the books Cryptoteacher and the New World Order book. Remember, the New World Order book shows you how the world really works, and it is definitely time for you to wake up out of that sleep, especially in the times that we're in right now. And 2024 is going to be one of our most entertaining years. We have the presidential election. We have the drums are beating. We have the emerging markets going to be flipping the switch on the fourth industrial revolution. Now, we had the Fed signal rate cuts, but remember, guys, they haven't cut rates yet. So we know the master magicians are about to set up that distraction. So therefore, they can cut rates while we still have inflation. And in the fourth quarter, once the election is over, we know the movie begins. And also, guys, I want to thank those who purchased the 3 Kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, much love to those who donate to the Cash App, Patreon. Much love. Keep it coming. Guys, if you're not a part of the Patreon, make sure you're donating to the channel through the actual Cash App. But guys, this next Bitcoin and crypto bull run is going to be a utility run. So you want to make sure you have the cryptos that have real utility. And much love to those who are shopping at both stores. Keep it coming. And of course, guys, we get into Bitcoin and cryptos first.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.
And right now, guys, we have Bitcoin and crypto dumping. And like I said, guys, stop listening to the hype boys. I told you time after time what was going to happen. We all know this channel should have over 1 million subscribers. But you know why it doesn't? Because the Crypto Teacher gives you the truth, nothing but the truth. Yes, the truth hurts, but it sets you free. And when I give you the truth, you hate me. But remember, guys, I'm just a watchman on the wall. Like I tell you guys, make sure you're educating your friends and family. If they don't listen, that's fine. Just keep being a watchman on the wall. They can't say that someone didn't want them. That means your hands are clean. Now, guys, we have Bitcoin dominance is back, and we know what that means. It normally lasts for about 6 months. And then also, when it comes to altcoins, we'll still get pumps and dumps, but it'll be off news and then also listings. And that's the reason why this channel is important, and also the Patrons. And if you have Twitter, make sure that you're subscribing to all the alerts from Coinbase or Binance or any big exchange that's in your actual area, because we know when they list, these cryptos get a little pump. But guys, make sure you're paying attention to the actual indicators. We have yield rates, which are still high, but basically being pushed down slightly. We have the dollar slightly down. We have volume and crypto right now down. We have Tether and USDC. And then we have the Fed. Repo yesterday was $371 billion. And we know how far we've came. And I brought you a video with the Fed representative saying that this repo should be down by the summer, but they're going to have some other type of safety net to come in. Remember, guys, they're trying to get us to this election. And we have the drums getting louder. So, guys, they've already set up all the distractions they need in order to bring in this crisis. Remember, guys, you're in a simulation. You're in a plan. It moves in phases. And speaking of the plan, we have U.S. Senators Loomis and Gillibrand take on the stablecoin legislation with new bill. And this bill is coming in like clockwork. And if you're a part of my Patrons, you know what they're trying to sneak in with that bill. And guys, again, that's the reason why the Patrons are so important. because we can easily see how this plan is coming together. Remember why stable coins are so important. Stable coins are nothing but digital dollars. They'll be pegged to that CBDC. That CBDC will be pegged to that digital SDR. But in order to roll out universal basic income, UBI, remember this has already been tested with the C word, handing out free money to the people. We know they were happy sitting at home getting this money. But little do they know, this money that's going to be airdropped is going to be programmable, telling you what, where, when, and how to buy, and you have 3 to 6 months to spend it or poof, it's gone. And we know it doesn't start off like that. They'll just start handing out the free money, and then the following year, hey, we're going to put stipulations on it. We've seen this movie before. Remember, the NWO calls the problem, wait for the reaction, and run in with the solution. They printed all this money, and now they have all this inflation. Now they're raising rates to fight the inflation that they caused, which this inflation is crushing the consumer and small businesses and small banks. And that's exactly what they want. Remember, we're in a fragmented world. They want to destroy this whole legacy economy in order to bring in the fourth industrial revolution. So now that you destroy the small and medium-sized banks, you destroy small and medium-sized businesses. And that is going to cause mass layoffs, but we know the NWO has the solution. The machine takeover and free money. And remember, the crypto teacher told you, because he knows when it comes to the NWO, it's all planned out. And guys, don't forget, we've seen this movie before, Babylon, free bread and entertainment. We're just going right back to it. But this time, they're just turning it digital. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now, guys, do not forget about the spot Bitcoin ETFs. We have BlackRock, Fidelity, and Grayscale. Of course, all down, and we continue to see Grayscale outflows increase. Now, getting over into a little crypto news. We have tokenization platform Human Finance merges with Circle-backed liquidity platform ARF. And guys, we know the name of the game in the fourth industrial revolution is all about liquidity. And we know all the hands that are on Circle. You had Goldman Sachs help out Circle raise money back in 2015. Circle is there to push the NWO's agenda. Remember, they still want to keep control of this money. And how do they do it? Through stablecoins. And we know that Brian Brooks and Brian Armstrong, Jeremy O'Leary, they all stated they was there to push the digital economy, and then also the United States global stablecoin. And then lastly, guys, we have the Korean won surpasses US dollar as most traded currency for crypto in Q1. And if you follow this channel from the beginning, you know that does not surprise you. Remember, in Korea, they were already using tokenization in gaming for a long time. So it's easier for them to convert. And that's the third biggest reason why the NWO is starting a fourth industrial revolution in the emerging markets. Because, of course, guys, they don't have the infrastructure. We already have the infrastructure, but they have to get rid of it. And that takes time. So, of course, you start the new infrastructure that eventually you want to bring to the West. But you want to show the West on how great that system is. And, of course, do all your testing. So then, therefore, when you roll it out, the sheet will never know the true agenda. And remember, the crypto teacher told you, because he knows when it comes to the NWO, it's all planned out. But that's all I have for you. Don't forget about the books, Crypto Teacher and the New World Order book, plus the 3 kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, new to cryptos, Coinbase, Bitrue, Binance. Do not forget book links and crypto links are in the description. The stock channel, guys. Don't forget to go like, subscribe, spread everywhere. You have your Kobo, your chip stocks, your banking, your gaming. While everybody's sitting at home, get home stocks, the Seaver, the biotech stocks. And while everybody's at home wishing they were still getting that free money, what are they doing? Drinking and smoking weed. Don't forget about those stocks, and you have a wonderful day. The most powerful person in the world is the storyteller. The storyteller sets the vision, values, and agenda of an entire generation to come. Steve Jobs. And guys, you know I truly believe in this. When you look at the New World Order, they're the storytellers. And that's the reason why I wrote my New World Order book. But guys, now it's time to change the current generation. And I wrote 3 kids books. You know, I love the Trinity because I understand the power that's in it. So I have 3 books. We have an opportunity to change the generation, to educate, not just me, but I want to show you that I take action on a daily basis. And I want you to take action on a daily basis. Whether it's your job, whether it's in your community, we have an opportunity right now to educate the masses. I posted this on my Twitter account. Please share, but this is a short clip of the 3 books. There's going to be a clothing line and action figures. Please get these books for your kids, nephews, cousins, friends, so therefore we can start the re-education now. Because as we see, the 4th Industrial Revolution foundation is definitely here. Robots, algorithms, drones, taking humanity out the picture. We have to re-educate. But let's get into the video.
Part 1. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save the village. Part 2. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save New York from COVID-33. Part 3. King Joshua and Grandma Tam goes to China.
It's mandatory to get part 1, part 2, and part 3 of this series. It's time to re-educate Generation Z.